Hi all, welcome to my channel Semper Astra. My name is Maggie, and usually in my videos I talk about topics related to blindness. However, one of my hobbies is testing fragrances, wearing fragrances, and also recommending to others interesting and beautiful perfume discoveries. And this is why in today's video I would love to share with you my thoughts on Juliette Eau de Parfum from Juliette has a gun brand. Juliette was released to the market in February 2024, and it was created by Romano Ricci, who is a founder and the owner of Juliette has a gun brand. As an interesting fact, I also wanted to add that Romano Ricci is great-grandson of Nina Ricci. In my opinion, Juliette is a perfect choice for people who value and cherish unique, interesting, intriguing, luxurious, and rich fragrances, and also fragrances that have very wide, very versatile, and very varied bouquets of perfume notes. The top notes in Juliette are the note of black cherry and the note of pink pepper. The note of dark cherry in this composition is, in my opinion, a very, very, very natural feeling note. It always makes me think of cherry fruits that were just picked from the trees, that are very juicy, very ripe, and that are warm with the warmth of hot summer sun. This note also makes me think of cherry juice that is very natural and that is prepared without any added sugar. And this is because the sweetness of cherry here is very natural, very well balanced, and I would even say it is warm in a way. Another important thing that I would love to share about the cherry note in this fragrance is that it is definitely main protagonist of whole perfume composition. This note is very vivid and very noticeable throughout whole lasting power of whole perfume composition. It is very vivid and noticeable even when the heart notes and when the base notes become more noticeable. When talking about the note of pink pepper, I would like to share that in my opinion, in this composition, this note is not very noticeable as an individual separate note. However, this note has very gentle and very spicy aura, and the most important thing about the note of pink pepper is, in my opinion, that it is making whole fragrance more deep, interesting, and unique. And the final thing that I want to share about this note is that it is also highlighting the woody accents that are present in the note of Kashmiran. So, to sum up, the note of pink pepper is highlighting the woody accents that are present in the Kashmiran note. The heart notes of this fragrance are the note of Kashmiran that I just mentioned, and also the note of jasmine. The note of Kashmiran is a very difficult note to describe, so please be patient with me. So the first and the most important thing to say about this note is that it is a synthetic note but in this particular composition, it feels very, very natural. The main purpose of the note of Kashmiran is to create this atmosphere of coziness, warmth, fluffiness, luxury, and softness. So it makes us feel as if we were wrapped in this very luxurious cashmere shawl, for example, or sweater. The note of Kashmiran is very complex and very multifaceted, and it has very rich texture, if we can use that word when talking about perfume notes. It has many varied accents, but in this particular perfume composition, the accents that are most noticeable are woody accents, and I would also say that we can also feel slight accents of musk. However, in this particular composition, this note is giving a whole composition very strong, vivid, warm, and cozy woody vibes. And I would say that this woodiness in this fragrance is definitely the second main protagonist of whole note composition. So the first protagonist was definitely the dark cherry, and it is closely followed by the woody accents in the Kashmiran note. The note of jasmine in this fragrance is very airy, very powdery, very bright, very elegant, and I would say very sparkling. And it is kind of lifting whole composition, and definitely this note is noticeable, maybe not necessarily as a clearly jasmine note, but definitely as a beautiful, elegant, luxurious, flowery note. But I would say that it is, although it is noticeable, it is more of the background note, and it is creating beautiful, elegant background to the notes of cherry and to the woody sounding note of Kashmiran. The base notes in this fragrance are ambroxan and tonka bean. And ambroxan is another note that is hard to describe, but again, I will do my best. So this is yet another synthetic note, but this is yet another very natural feeling note in this fragrance. And I honestly apologize for repeating myself, but this is my true experience of this fragrance. The main characteristic of these notes are kind of clean feel, warmth, smoothness, softness, and tiny, tiny accents of mineral scent, and tiny, tiny accents like a fraction of sea, breeze, and ocean kind of vibe accents. The main purpose of ambroxan note is to add depth, lasting power, and projection to the fragrance. This note is also beautifully complementing the scent of human skin. And thanks to the fact that this note beautifully blends with the skin scent, whole composition is beautifully blending with the skin scent. And also this note is giving a vibe of the skin that is warm with the warmth of the sun. The last base note and the last note in whole composition is the note of tonka bean. In my personal opinion, the note of tonka bean here is not easily noticeable as a separate note. However, the very rich and deep sweetness of tonka bean here is beautifully highlighting and complementing the natural and deep sweetness of dark cherry, and also very rich and deep warmth of this note is beautifully complementing rich warmth of the note of Kashmiran and also of the note of Ambroxan. This note is also adding a lot of depth to the fragrance, a lot of richness, and it's making whole fragrance very interesting and multifaceted. It is like a beautiful base for entire composition. Whenever I wear this fragrance, it always makes me think of a beautiful, warm, sunny day and of a beautiful garden with cherry trees. And there are many cherries on the branches, and the cherries are ready to be picked. They are very ripe and juicy. And also, there are many beautiful flowers in this garden that give whole garden beautiful, gentle, fresh, flowery scents. In terms of the lasting powers of this fragrance, I would say that it is good / very good. On my skin, it lasts for great majority of the day. I would even say whole day. And on the clothes, it lasts even for a couple of days. In terms of projection, for the first 4-5 hours, it is easily detectable for bigger distance than the arm's length. And then slowly after like 4 hours, this projection is getting closer and closer to our person. The interesting thing about projection is that although this fragrance is noticeable, I think that it is very gentle, very classy, and very well balanced, so it wouldn't be too aggressive and too disturbing to other people. In my opinion, it is a perfect choice for people who enjoy fruity, cheerful, bright notes, but who love feeling classy and elegant, and who like unique and intriguing, a little bit unusual scents. It is a unisex fragrance, and I believe that this scent is perfect for people of all ages. Because it is so well-rounded and so complex, in my opinion, it is a perfect choice for a wide variety of occasions. Definitely it is appropriate scent for work, for more casual occasions, but also for more formal and for more elegant occasions where we want to feel more chic and classy. The only occasion where probably this wouldn't be my first choice is if I were going for an event where I would like to wear more noticeable and even more festive and more vivid scents. At the end of this video, I would also like to show you the box to this fragrance. I recommend testing it wholeheartedly, and thank you for watching today, and I invite you for watching my future videos. Thank you very much. Bye bye.